Ready for some more, Alok? Yes? No? तो लाउडली बोलिए, तो नहीं तो आलोक उठेगा ही नहीं सीट छोड़ के. ओके आलोक, लेट्स डू. Just to repeat, before he carries on, and you can't stop him anymore then. So I would remind you that we can tweet if you love the session, if you like any ideas, takeaways, please tweet about it. #NPC call, and he is at Rodin Hood. So you can tag him and NPC call. And there are some lovely awards for the best tweeter. Alok will personally bless you that your 7 sins go up in volume and intensity.
So the intent of this presentation is threefold, right? The first is to fire up, I hope, more than 5% of this room to drop everything you're doing, quit your jobs if you're working in some silly startup, forget all that, and becoming a gaming entrepreneur. Right? We want 1 million gaming entrepreneurs to come out of India, and I wish that this presentation can, I should see people walking out of this room even when I'm presenting and saying, I don't want to hear this anymore because I want to become a gaming entrepreneur. So that is intention number one. I want to sow that seed to make people become gaming entrepreneurs, because a lot of potential rests within this country and within the market for that. The second intent is to, even if you're not going to become a gaming entrepreneur, unfortunately, I still want you to use parts of this presentation to dimension the market you are in. So it's not just about gaming, right? It's about observing certain things, using some of the analogies, using some of the examples, and to say, okay, I will use this part of it to become, to do what I'm doing. How many people are not entrepreneurs in this room? Wow, what do you guys do, man? You're researchers? So we want you to convert, like don't convert to Christianity or whatever, but just convert to entrepreneurism, So please quit your jobs on email, just write to your bosses right now and saying, okay boss, we've forgotten, we've quit because we're becoming entrepreneurs. Oh. Lovely. So please adopt them before they leave, right? The whole thing is to celebrate starting up. And while I present the meta opportunity of gaming, please consider this also in the same spirit to be the meta opportunity of this really blessed land called India, right? So let's go. How many people have seen or read the movie The Perfect Storm? Has anybody remembered? Anybody read the movie, read the book Perfect Storm? Seen the movie Perfect Storm? Okay, you've seen the movie, right? See, the thing with even a storm, right? I mean, a storm is a negative thing. It's a force of nature that is usually not something that you want to be in. But even a storm has its own beauty, and the storm can be perfect. So the movie of Perfect Storm is actually, there's a lot of lives that get lost. But the essence is that, sometimes certain things come together in life which make it the perfect storm. And funnily enough, we are in that storm in this market and this country and this age today. So, please understand the quality of being in a perfect storm. It's a gift sometimes, and if you can take advantage of it. So, what we are witnessing, and you know this data. My job is to not tell you data that you know, but to explain the gravity of the data, right? You know the data, but you have to understand what will actually happen. We all know mobile, everybody knows mobile explosion is happening. That's fine, big deal. But 80 million mobile phones. When I say smartphones, am I blocking the view here? You can see, right? I am, right? Okay, I know. Sorry. So 80 million mobile phones are owned. And I say mobile smartphones, I mean the guys who know what to do with a smartphone, not just because you bought it and you don't know what to do with it. Now, this thing becomes 400 million, right? What is the United States population? 330. So you will have a mobile population in this country that will be larger than the population of the US. Okay, that is phenomenal. Nobody gets that opportunity easily. Only one country has that, which is Right. And trust me, that's a market I've built and sold a company to. It's not a market you want to really be envious of. You know, let's not talk about China right now because it's not really a bed of roses. Never ever will you have this opportunity coming in your lifetime, in my opinion, with something so dramatic. Now comes the bigger fun, right? This is where so I'm building the perfect storm for you. First storm is 5x, a country is being born, right? A country called Mobile India. The second, what is the percentage of people under 30 in India? Sorry? Yeah, it's much larger. 75. Incredible. What is the average population of Japan? I don't know the answer, but look it up, right? It's not 30. The thing is, you can't get 400 million people who are coming together in one shot who are 30 and under. It's incredible. It's the beginning of something very powerful. It's like the US all being under 30. So let me ask you a very fundamental question, right? Very fundamental question. When you got a smartphone in your hand, what happened? Just tell me anything. Don't worry about it being right or wrong. Yes. Connectivity, sure. So verb, noun, anything. Adverb. Mobile apps. So yes, content began to consume. Endless possibility. Okay. Now you're perfect. Yes. Took time. You're coming closer to a. I'm talking about a meta theme. You know, something happened. It's when you leisure. Yes. You said something, ma'am? No, sorry. Correct, connectivity. Redundancy. So, sorry? Power. A lot of, if you put all these as a hash cloud tag, right? You take all these words and put them together. If I were to summarize in one line, you know, it changes consumer behavior. Now, let me focus on this one line because it's very important for all of us as entrepreneurs. You know, I met Lee Fixel, who began funding Flipkart long back before it became a frenzy. This was about 3-4 years ago. And I couldn't understand the model. I still can't, but that's an admission of my own feeling. So I asked Lee, I said, Lee, what is it that is compelling you to keep on putting money into something that has a minus 55% gross margin? Minus 55% gross margin. We're not even talking about net margin, right? We don't want to get into that math. He said something very fundamental to me, which kind of embedded itself in my head. He says, you know, Alok, how many times have you met entrepreneurs or companies that have changed consumer behavior? Very rare, very rare. I mean, you can count them. The iPhone changed your consumer behavior. Uber has, definitely. And in his opinion, Flipkart was the first to change that behavior to go online to shop. You know, I was telling people earlier in the room, in the hall, that every time you feel that something can't be changed, someone comes and changes that status quo. And you have to apply that in your own life. Many years ago when we were doing things, people said, nobody in India will pay with credit card. Nobody. Kuch nahi hoga yaar, koi nikalega hi nahi. Impossible. And a stupid government website called IRCTC launched, and the whole country began to pay with credit card. So the point is, getting consumer behavior to change is fundamentally the most difficult thing you can ever hope to achieve. Literally, it's impossible to do unless you're, and it's sometimes very temporary, right? Games are everybody is playing Candy Crush, but that won't happen after 2 years. So fundamentally, if you can be a part of a change, it's very, very large. And please appreciate the gravity of this versus just hearing it as a sentence, because you can participate in the change or not. And when the change is happening because of certain things out of your control, it's even better. You're not paying for the change. Mobile phone, young people, all coming together. So if you just look at it, I just extrapolated the charts. Nothing, no rocket science here, man. This is the boring part of the PPT, okay? That what's happening is, you know, we all know these three things are happening. And it means these lines that are going up are opportunities for us to ride on. So these are rail tracks in my mind that you can ride on. Now comes the fun, right? So one of the things I would urge you to do, is whenever you're applying yourself in an industry, whatever industry you are, whatever job you do, whatever, you know, kind of market you're trying to tackle, put a layer of reflection. Always look back. It is very helpful because it can tell you what can happen in the future. Let me show you an example of what I did. So I run a games company and I had a reflection. See, in India there's been a very fundamental formula, very clear recipe of technology, content coming together. And I'll share this with you. The Asian Games happened in 1982. I think 80% of the room is born after 82, right? How many people remember the Asian Games here? Like only the Buddhas will raise that. You remember the Asian Games? How old are you, man? Like, really? Perfect, right. So let me explain what happened actually, for all of the benefit of the young boys and girls who don't understand that there was also a television that looked like the left screen. Because when I showed my kids that, they said, what the heck are you talking about? Did YouTube go black and white? I said, no boy, dude, just listen to what I'm saying. The government of India had banned color televisions as an import. You could not import color televisions despite the world watching TV in the world. When the Asian Games came, they liberalized that policy. And they said, no problem. Till the time the Asian Games are around, you can import TVs. We all imported Sonys and all that shit. Everything came in. Fundamentally, that policy never got reversed. It became a de facto policy. So pay attention to what happens when fundamental things start to change. So we used to watch TV like that and we began to watch it like that. This is 1982, okay? It took 10 years, and this is very interesting. From 1982, I mean, if we were all sitting here in 1982 and I was presenting this and I'm saying, Arey Baapre, all the Indians in the country are now going to get television, which is color compared to black and white, and I'm in a room full of 150, 100 entrepreneurs, something should happen, right? Something fundamentally should happen. Some fire should light up in the room. We should be calling an ambulance over here or a fire brigade. Because ये तो आग लगने वाली बात है. It took 10 years for something entrepreneurial to happen. Can you tell me what happened in 1992? Just put these recipe pieces together. Sorry? Have you seen this before? You haven't, right? Okay. Okay, so he says cable TV. Sorry? DD Metro was always there and it will always be there and it will always bore us to death. Tabassum was there with that bloody rose in her head and she used to shake her head and that is all she used to do. We used to all go, she's the only woman I ever saw on television who used to just do this, and that one sway of her head was enough to floor all of us, right? Phool khile gulshan gulshan. So all she had was this big flower and she used to do that. And the whole countries, the men of the world would go crazy. Like that geisha, showing her wrist. She was the wrist. But a eureka moment happened. Now this guy understood something phenomenal, took time, but he understood something. I don't know whether, does anybody know the story of how Zee Television got launched? Anybody? Historians, where the bloody historians? I think all the Bong Babus, they were all Mr. Know-House, right? Come on man, Calcutta surprises me. Sorry. So, Lee Ka-shing was the owner of Satellite. We know all Lee Ka-shing, Hutchison Whampoa, the guy who did Vodafone, blah, blah, blah. So, Mr. Goyal, Subhash Chandra Goyal, right? Subhash Chandra went to Hong Kong to buy a satellite to launch Zee. Lee Ka-shing, if you remember, you know his stories, is a rags to riches story. He used to sell plastic flowers, became the world's greatest billionaire. He told him in that conference room, boss, it's going to cost you at that time either 15 million or 150 million, take it or leave it, you got half an hour to decide. Boom, he said, let's do it. So it's an incredible story of how an entrepreneur took a call without any back of the envelope calculation, just on the thesis of what was happening in front of him, right? And we all watched how they began to contextualize content. So what that Phool Khile Gulshan Gulshan and आप लोगों ने इनको देखा है क्या, the Missing Boys program, all, yeah, Krishi Darshan, dude, all that began to change and stuff like this began to come. I can promise you, if you ever go back on YouTube and watch this content, you will vomit. So take a vomit bag when you go. You will vomit because it's scrap. But this is what we used to, run and watch. Mahabharat, blah, blah, blah. Revolution began to take place. Now look at this. So because Z became the big, innovator and the big visionary, I plotted the revenues of Z over this timeline till the time they had public reports, right? I couldn't go back to in 92. So Z did 3,500 crores of revenue in 2015, top line. This is Z television. I'm not talking about Z movies and all that. Would you agree that this was something quite handsome? I mean, one investment, one idea, right? I wish I was that. Phenomenal, great, awesome. So someone observed something and took advantage of it. Market cap, I think this is a 5 months old data, must have now become 45,000 crores. The market at that time was some shitty market, but now, so boss, the guy is sitting on a $8-9 billion company, not a joke. And the market has exploded. So we all know the television market completely gone haywire and things have gone crazy. So someone took notice of a fundamental change and became the market leader. Right now, as we sit in this room, as we sit in this country, as we sit in the environment, the same thing is going to begin to happen. So for example, if you look at it, you have 900 million people, 300-400 million people moving to a new hardware. Take television, which is black and white, going to new hardware, which is color. Same thing happening. All the cockroaches that we used to have as phones, BlackBerry is what I call a cockroach. If anybody uses a BlackBerry in this room, you can leave. Guaranteed, right? No, just kidding. So all that kachra that we used to use is all going away. Now, very interesting. 99% or 95% of the market is all going Android. This is the real recipe of a perfect storm. No fragmentation. There is nothing wrong in that mobile market anymore. I operated in a mobile market way back in 2000, 2001, 2 with vast operators, and the fragmentation was horrible. You couldn't understand what to do where. There were 32 types of shitty Nokia phones in the market, and one didn't know the other. This is one OS. So I hope you're getting the gravity of what's going on in this market as we speak, right? And I had to chipcow my name over there, but people like us are going to become, hopefully the Z's of the future. We're going to take our own niches and blow them up. So, this might sound, Alok kya bag kar raha hai, bar bar, he's berating the whole point again and again and again. Let me show you something that's happened while you were sleeping. So, one headline, believe it or not, we're going to be the largest market of mobile games in the world. Nobody gets it. The largest market of mobile games in the world is this country. You know what the asterisk means? Anybody? Come on, yeah. Sorry? Conditions apply नहीं यार, हम लोग ऐसे धोखेबाज नहीं है यार, हम तो PPT. This is, sorry? Cartoon? No, this means English speaking. English speaking. There will be the Chinese market which will be bigger, but we don't care about it. The largest English speaking market in the world for mobile games is going to be India. Right? So what do we do? What are the insights and opportunities? And I'll come to that slide. If you're still thinking that I've latkawed you with that whole Z story, bear with me for the following slides, because it comes at the end to give you an example of what can happen. So the insights and opportunities are, this is the big picture, right? How many people, give me an average, how many apps do you download every day? Or every week or every month or whatever? 1 or 2 a week? That's 52 a year, right? Sorry? Same average? Any? 1 a week, 2 a week, whatever. I think that's high. So actually India is on the higher range. We're in the 4 to 6 range. Western markets about 2 to 3 a week, a month, sorry. You're talking about 1 billion app downloads a day market overall. That's going to be the potential market going forward. This is a global market, you can carve it out. $250 million downloads a day in games. Do you know what is the population of India that watches television? Anybody? Take a guess. 7 to 8 crores. That's 70 to 80 million. Perfect. We're talking about 250 million people downloading a game every day. That's 5x of just the television market in this country. So this is a blow up going on, right? It's blowing up. And again, you know, the whole thing, I keep coming back to this point. A lot of people in the digital business, I really want to stress on this point because I want to explain this very thoroughly. A lot of people, including you, how many people here do apps or content based on consumer revenue? Like you need money from consumer, and how many people do it from, so first, let's say advertising. How many people have business models based on advertising? Anybody here? Advertising? Advertising? What do you do, sir? Events. Okay, great. So brands. Just tell the people what you do. Okay, it needs, yeah, but that's fine. Anybody who does consumer revenue, like real consumer revenue collection here? Anybody? What do you do? Right, of course, parking guy, sorry. E-com, perfect. E-learning, perfect. So consumer facing, right? I want to basically explain a very fundamental point to you right now before I get on to the next slide. Very interesting. Do you know the Indian advertising market is today? The Indian advertising market. Anybody knows? Indian advertising including classifieds. 25,000 crores. Sorry? Actually not 30,000, it's about 15, 20 depending on who you count. So for the sake of comparison, because I talk about Star, Sony, Indian television is 25,000 crores. Fair? Everybody will agree with that. Now come to the other point. What is the Indian Bollywood, Tollywood, every other market put together? 25,000 crores. Okay, now comes the fun. So, people in this room go to a cinema hall, pay money to watch content. Before you watch that content, you pay up, right? You pay up. You can't watch that content without paying up. That is 25,000 crores in India today. The same people in this room, after the movie gets over, will go home, most probably switch on television and watch content for free. And the same market that is 25,000 crores in content is 25,000 crores in advertising. Now let me explain to you the number of listed companies in advertising in the world and the number of listed companies in India on content, on Bollywood. Right? The advertising market far surpasses any other market in the world as the GDP grows. So if you look at Google, if you look at Facebook, if you look at Twitter, these are all ad-driven models. So coming back to my point, the mobile ads business in India, and of course it's starting up, it's not great, mobile ads worldwide is much, much better, is beginning to look mainstream. A very interesting point. You see, when you make an ad for TV, it's perfect. Nobody makes shit ads for TV, right? It's the best ad, best brains, best agency, best production. It all comes together and gets condensed in 30 seconds because TV doesn't allow you to spend more than 30 seconds. Nobody can buy 1 minute of ad, it's impossible. But that ad is between a minute, minute and a half. The same quality of production is now coming onto mobile. So the best ad ever made in the world is now coming onto the mobile screen. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you on the fundamental shift of how revenues are going to start to occur in this market. The same market that spends 25,000 crores in content is going to spend double X of that in watching content, right? So I looked at all the content ads that were in India on YouTube. All the brands that you see on TV are now on mobile, all of them. So it's no longer about that brand doesn't advertise on internet. It is the same. The same agency buys television, buys YouTube, buys mobile ads, right? And so forth. And how many people follow Mary Meeker? Mary Meeker, oh my God. I think I'm going to emulate myself over here now. Please follow Mary Meeker. She is the goddess of all things internet. She is a Kleiner Perkins analyst, been predicting everything right. This is very interesting, right? Look at the headline. Mobile takes 25% of time, but only 8% of ad revenue. Are you getting the fundamental shift? You're spending 25% of time on your mobile phone, but the ad dollars chasing that 25% is only 8%. So that's the gap, at least in the US. And in India, it's going to be completely different. So we know this, right? The business of how ads can be bought on everything else. So what you would spend 3 to 5 lakhs would be phenomenally very cheap on mobile. So come back to the fundamental point I was making. And I think maybe I zoned you guys out, maybe I bored you in the whole run up to this case study, but if you're still paying attention, now comes the fun. Everybody remembers the Z presentation, the Z revenue ramp up I showed you? So, you know, all that I said was some in hindsight and some forward looking. But now let's look at the fun that happens just because of a marketplace that is happening, perfect storm, irrespective of whether you care, don't care, whether you participate, don't participate. Something fundamental has happened. Let me show you what has happened. So everybody remembers the Z revenue chart, right? Now watch. Google revenue from India. We're not talking world, okay? In the Google worldwide P&L, India doesn't care. It's some decimal that gyrofied somewhere in the drawer. वो पता भी नहीं चला कि कहाँ था वो डिनर कहाँ खाया था लास्ट ईयर पता नहीं सर वो डिनर खा गया वो गूगल वाला गूगल इंडिया रेवेन्यू गूगल स्टार्टेड अराउंड 2008-9 and its revenues in India now exceed Z television. This is Google India. Google worldwide, I don't know what the numbers are, 40-50 billion dollars top line. It's just killing it, right? I mean, I think the worst decision, worst career move I ever heard is Nikesh Arora quitting that and joining whatever he did, right? So anyway, let's not get personal. This is reality in 2015. In 2016-17, you're going to see something totally different. So the point is that whether you like it or not, whether you want to participate in it or not, this is going to be a phenomenal opportunity for entrepreneurs to take advantage. And what's going to happen, right, is this. Over a period of time, I juxtapose a lot of the TRPs and ratings. So television, media is very, very horribly screwed up. Nobody wants to be transparent. They don't want to tell you the numbers because they are false. And that is what the internet demolishes. So as the market begins to grow, you know, YouTube, for example, which is the most popular television channel for children in the world? Cartoon Network, next, Pogo, next, Nickelodeon, Disney, next. It's been now that for the last 3 years, sorry? I can't hear, but what is that? AB, sorry? ABP. Okay, I thought Anand Bazar Patrika or something, sorry. Just kidding. Hangama is Disney or some India ka example hai wo. I'm talking worldwide. YouTube is the IMAX? Animax? YouTube is the largest children's channel in the world for the last 3 years now. Gross eyeballs watched every year, every day, every month is YouTube. Last 3 years. So, you know, I want to inspire you to start thinking. Sorry, you're saying something? Please. Boss, I am absolutely not saying anything. I am saying there's an opportunity. Have you used Uber or Ola? How without internet? Fundamental change in your life, right? That's all I'm saying. You can run a television channel, you can start a Urdu channel today. You will be the 980th channel in India running that. Or you can start a Hindi entertainment channel on YouTube today. You'll be probably the 4th. All I'm saying is remember the Z, Subhash Chandra Z example and understand which part of the timeline do you want to be in. Yes. That's perfect. What happens when it becomes 80%? How many people listen to Air India radio every day? Have you ever heard of it? Yeah. Okay. But you listen to AIR? Okay. But that is what is going to happen to television in this country. You know, that dabba will get sold by the kilo, I think. That black thing that's in your house. Doesn't make any sense. Because it's appointment viewing. You have to go to it when they show you stuff that you don't want to see. It is the antithesis of everything. And the point of entrepreneurship is just that, is to realize that something destructive is going to be happening and to be a part of it. Just saying. I want you to be on the other side of the graph. You know, these are numbers that come out of nowhere. If you ask, how many people operate apps in this room? Just own an app or operate an app? Right. Let me explain to you, sir, you operate an app? You own an app? You operate an app, right? Let me ask some people who don't own an app or who don't understand the app business a few questions to explain my point. So I own an app. We own 52 apps in the App Store. It's on Google, it's on iTunes, it's on Amazon, it's on Windows, right? Someone here in the room who has no idea of apps, can you raise your hand? Just no idea. Please, I mean, you'll do us a favor. Just a very basic idea of apps. Anybody? Right? Okay. So assume I'm an entrepreneur and I'm running my apps on these 4 stores. Consumers every day come, 70, 80,000, and download these. You have to store the apps for me, as in the store, Google, iTunes, Amazon, Windows. You have to serve them. You have to give them when consumers want them. You have to make sure that the App Store is alive and kicking. What do you think you should charge me to deliver those apps? Give me an example. Just something that comes in your mind. Sorry? But why would you do it for free? Why would you open a store, open a retail outlet in the main streets of Calcutta, completely open 24/7, staffed all day long, all night long? Anybody can come and take anything from the shelf which has been stocked by good owners, and you don't charge anything. That is correct. But the point I'm making and making everybody understand is, it is a fundamental change of consumer behavior, of business behavior, right? No one in the world would ever do that. No one would do that. When Domino's began to deliver at home for cash, which is the first COD, people didn't get it, that it actually happens. You call up and something comes for free till you pay for it. I'm only saying that these are fundamentals that are completely changing the way you can create the next 10 Zs sitting in this room, if you just apply the magic that is being unfolded in front of you. So the strategy, right? So all the big talk, what's the strategy? Let's see what we did. I shared this in the meeting. You know, we thought games, everybody says games is voodoo. Oh my God, I don't know how to make Angry Birds. No, it's all rubbish. There's nothing like that. Not at all. And this is something you can do in your business also. What we realized was passions. You take passions in the country, right? We looked at passions. What are the Indian passions? Come on. Cricket, next. Bollywood, third. Politics, okay. So the formula for India, if you ask any media expert, is ABC. A for astrology, B for Bollywood, C for cricket. That is the ABC formula. If you have ABC, you will succeed in India. Of course, you have to be different. You can't just be a copycat. If we took C, we said, okay, cricket. And all we did was, I mean, believe it or not, this is as stupid and dumb as this. We said Indians will grow in the numbers and downloads. Indians will, want content. Let's make more cricket games. And I mean, these games have come out of nowhere. No, they are different, but there's nothing great about them. They're not Angry Birds material. They're not Clash of Clans. They're just stupid games. Yeah, this did really well. I mean, look at this stuff, man. It's so shit. It can't believe it. People love it. Because it's got B and C together, right? It's got P together. It's stupid. And people are just downloading it, and we've got probably 5 million downloads of cricket games. Just by saying, Indians are going to game, Indians have mobile, Indians love cricket, make 5 cricket games. Boom. It's so silly, stupidly simple if you think about it. And these are the kind of ranks. I mean, this Kejriwal game became 5 and 6 and God knows what, man. You'll be shocked. This is an actual live ranking. Huh? Top free in spot, Google App Store. This is very interesting. So again, I'm coming back to how many people ever watched MTV the year it was launched in India? Anybody remembers it? 1991, 2. Sorry? 91, 92. You know, it was the grind, very American shit. Nobody wanted to watch it. It was completely out of context. It was a little obscene. We wanted to watch it, but we were not allowed to watch it, right? So it was fun to watch, but unfortunately we couldn't watch it with everybody. That was a good part of MTV. There's a huge opportunity to localize what's working. And let me share what happened. I talked about this game some time back. It's a game called Parking Frenzy. It became the #1 game in the world around June 3 years ago. But the residual pain, it was #5 in India. It was the biggest punishment you can give any app developer. A guy from India does a bloody stupid app called Parking Frenzy. It becomes #1 UK, US, Europe, but #5 in his own country. It is the biggest thappad you can get in your own life, right? And we said, how can it be? How can we not have #1 in our own country? So look at what we did, right? Boom. You see the difference? The Mirchi came, the crack road came, everything else came, right? The cars became this. This became Mumbai. So this is now where you have to drive. Don't worry, you don't have to drive in Europe and New York. This is the place you have to drive. And the fun, right? Look at this. Consumers loved it. But this is what I want to focus on. You know, in Bombay, when you go to a black and white, black and peely taxi, you have those rolly threads tied on the steering wheel of the car. You know, people are saying, we love the threads on the steering wheel of the car. Read comment number 2. The point of this whole thing is that people love to be engaged in local content, even though it may have a global theme. Just put a varnish of localization on something that is working, and then one across one. So it works. It works. Just make the bridge, make the transition. Everything will be the same. So you want to watch content worldwide, take it, contextualize it, boom. There will be a Khan Academy for Indians, there will be everything else for India. All you have to do is be inspired. So the Indian opportunity is, you know, I don't want to get into these charts because it's too sleepy stuff, but it's much bigger and larger than you can ever imagine. It's all about just applying yourself and doing it. I shared this with you. This is the kind of engagement we're doing just with games. So if we look at ourselves as a TV channel. We don't look at ourselves as a games company. All we do is saying how many minutes of engagement are we delivering. It could be games, it could be one game, it could be 20. So the mindset is, I want to be a TV channel of entertainment. I only have games as an expression. Z has soaps as an expression. Who cares? This is the way things are ramping up. So to kind of put it together, this is the second point. And you can be anybody sitting in this room if you just put all these ingredients together. Okay, I'll do the rest of the chat later, but I think you've seen this. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Questions? Shout and ask. No mics today, man. Yeah. Let me give you a tip on public speaking. You know, you'll know it. But pretend that you're speaking to the screen. Your voice will travel. I kid you not. Pretend you're talking to the screen, not to me. This is the first concept of ventriloquism, you know. Speak and let the voice travel. Yeah.
Part of the advertisement business.
Right.
The concept now here is a non-linear TV. So a TV is not just a TV where you watch the content by the time. So you can actually play with your time.
What's the question? Get to the question.
The question is that TV, if I look at this way, that it's going to be disrupted, but if TV reinvents itself again, where bringing in the non-linear concept,
Sure.
like you can watch any content at any point of time, then how do you think this,
So
would the overall market be augmented further?
No, so the thing is this, right? I think as the gentleman said, the person in the white, India is the only market in the world where print is growing, television is growing, radio is growing, and internet is growing. It is the only market in the world where everything is growing. So one is you got 4 trains riding, you depend on which train you want to ride. 2, no, absolutely. The second thing is it's all about cost structure. See, the thing about business reinventing itself is only about cost. If you look at Star TV and becoming what they've done with Hotstar or other people, they are reinventing themselves. But no one is asking you to compete with someone who is going to be reinvented. The opportunity today is what Zee TV had in 1992. After Zee came Sony and Star and everybody else, and Doordarshan did nothing. So the point is, Indigo came 10 years after Jet. It is not easy to re-engineer a setup and an organization because of cost structures. So one can be fearful of what people will do when they get hit. Netflix, right? Netflix has been around 10 years now. What has television done to Netflix? Nothing. It doesn't matter. As long as you know what you're solving for, it really doesn't, it has no impact on what people do, honestly. Like games, right? I mean, we will be a very successful games company irrespective of whether Angry Birds 32 comes and kills everybody. Whether Pokemon comes and goes, who cares? I don't care. 1 billion people are going to game every day. Boss, if I get 1% of that, I'm home. I won't, I'll be speaking to you guys on Skype rather than coming here. Just kidding. I'll come here. Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of successful games being transformed into movies.
Yes.
Like Max Payne, Assassin's Creed.
Right.
So any chance of maybe Alok Kejriwal, director, or selling a script
Wow.
to IRF?
What a dream. Super, man. I mean, I'm so happy you talked about the example of games to movies, not movies to games. And that's the point you just made, right? I wish one day, inshallah, one day we had an inquiry for a Bombay Taxi game from New York. He wanted to make a movie around Bombay Taxi. But yeah, it's possible. I mean, I would expect a movie coming out of Pokemon very soon. The travels of Pokemon, right? As you go around the room. So that is the point you just captured, right? One thing leads to another. You don't know what can happen. The market today, with the kind of energy that we are getting together, it's like the gods, the gods are sitting in heaven and putting together an entire country for us. And you just have to be in that zone and just keep doing swaha. Everything else will blow up, man. It's right there. You just see, you can, as they say in spirituality, right? If you become very, very fine-tuned to your awareness, you can see the gods and goddesses in the room. They're there, man. They're right there. I can't see them.
You said gaming is a big opportunity, and I'm sure everybody has understood the intensity of the opportunity and the intensity which he's conveying. And I'm sure we'll actually, as he said, I think 5%, 10% of this room going back to build games and ride the wave. So you'll be surfing and do whatever. But other than game, what do you think is the opportunity, this smartphone opportunity, everybody holding a smartphone, and what other opportunities we can?
So I think, as we discussed, if we just take every industrial part, every company or every category of business that has been, let me say, remunerative in the country, travel. If you look at, look at Yatra's listing today, very clearly. I mean, who would have thought of these companies? Look at Make My Trip. These are same examples, right? You can see the format repeating itself. So I think any business that you have observed in your own life or you are involved in can get transformed like this. I mean, if you remember, Clear Trip broke out of the MMT Make My Trip zone because of UX. That is the only thing they used. They used UX as a weapon and came straight in there. LinkedIn came from nowhere. It's the worst technology stack I've ever seen if you've used LinkedIn. The goddamn thing doesn't work. Nothing works. The same contacts keep coming back to you, right? But no one gets challenged it because the way they've moved that market, right? So I think to your point, whatever business you are in, education, travel, hoteliering, it's all there to be disrupted because this market is not going to come back again to you. So many businesses are getting disrupted because of mobile, right? So many. They can't adapt. They can't adapt. I haven't seen a pizza app, I haven't seen a Domino's pizza app yet. My daughters keep complaining about it. So nothing works.
The app is there, but it is really.
That's it. That's my point. So to your point, they're lazy. They don't care. When you're selling those million pizzas a day, who cares about an app? But there'll be a pizza company that will be born under your nose only because it's an app company. Yes. I think the greatest example of that is Ola and Uber, man. I mean, you can't have them coming out of nowhere, right? It's phenomenal. Yes.
Yeah. Hi. How many of your customers want to be a part of the game, like an avatar inside your game? And what is the that is part one. Part two is what is the opportunity of merchandising the games?
So your first question, I can't see you because of the lights, but your question is, how many percentage of people want to be in the game?
Yeah, as an avatar.
Everybody, 100%. Nobody plays the game dispassionately. Everybody plays the game as if they are engaged. So everybody wants to own an avatar and they keep demanding for more and more avatars, number one. So you're right, it's 100% participative, which again proves the point that anything on mobile and digital is participative, not passive. So it's like television, you just have to watch that shit coming out without you being able to do anything. The second question is on the, sorry, I lost you for a second. Yeah, so that's a very interesting and a very tricky and a very surprising question and answer. It's the worst business to get into. So in how many people here in merchandising, physical goods with brands on it and selling? Anybody here? What do you do, sir? Garment, but you manufacture for other people. Right. Yeah. No, I'm talking about like say Angry Birds t-shirt or anything like that. So the margins on merchandising are so pathetic that it's like the royalty that an author gets on a book, that you barely get some few percentage points on the overall sale. And therefore, Angry Birds, whoever, I think more pirates make money from your merchandise than you ever do. So it's a lovely business to do for piracy, which is actually a good business because your brand gets promoted. So if I ever reached a stage where people want to merchandise my brand, I would say yes, do it for free and don't give me any money, because this just promotes the game. Yes.
Or the in-app purchases that people make?
Excellent question. Globally, if you look at the balance sheets of the top game companies, it's all in-app. So whether it's Clash of Clans, Angry Birds, Pokemon, they're all in-app. The problem is, or the opportunity is, they're all from the Western world and the Japanese market. In India, it's quite the reverse. Indians don't like to pay, we don't want to pay, we have time to burn. You'd rather burn 5 minutes of an eyeball than spend 10 rupees. So because your eyeball is in your mind cheaper than 10 rupees, advertising is the market to go after. It's how you value your eyeball.
Hi.
Wait, I can't see.
What is your take on Pokemon Go, and what do you think is, how would you as Games to Win would plan to add a local varnish to it if it were
awesome question.
Launched in India as a competitive?
What do you do?
So I am an aspiring chartered accountant and I work with a startup.
Lovely. I loved it, man. I mean, it took me totally by surprise. So it just shows that I'm becoming dated, right? I mean, I used to laugh at AR and VR and okay, all crazy stuff, and boom, it comes and destroys your entire, assumption. I was looking for Pokemons today during the lunchroom, but I couldn't find any. I don't know what to do. I think they've already done what they have to do. So I'm not gonna react to that yet. I'm very happy in the space I am.
So
keep making my cartoons right now. I'm going to be the cartoon channel of India.
Just to add to it, do you think in the near future you're also looking at AR as a viable source for new games?
Of course, 100%, boss, 100%. 100%. It's like I can't make black and white serials, right? Absolutely. Yes.
Different kind of services sector like healthcare, education.
Sure.
Like as people are downloading games,
Yes.
can it happen in some problem solving cases?
So it can, right? I mean, if you look at the top downloaded apps in the country, the top 3 are not Indian but Chinese virus cleaning apps. It's shocking, right? Apart from WhatsApp, Cheetah Mobile, Virus Master. Who has virus in their mobile phone anyway? It's just a misconception. They put the virus in your head, not in the mobile phone. But it's the most downloaded app. Like, who the hell has a virus on their phone, man? But it's the most downloaded app. So I think the challenge is there's an opportunity for everybody. You know, in Bombay, there is an app that is some 10 million downloads just to tell you the local train time. Because you're in your office, you don't know whether the 718 is going at 718. I mean, look at the innovation. Look at News Hunt. Look at News Hunt. Everybody's used News Hunt. Matrix funded, blah, blah, blah. News in Shorts. I mean, I can go on and on. News in Shorts, all it did was made news available as one picture, one page. That's it. So innovation. Sorry, I think we can go on. Yeah.
Sorry, we've run out of time completely. So one last question from you, and then we'll have to
Awesome.
move on.
Okay, share your question. Quick. Right. Question. Don't give me the lecture. Tell me the question. Yes. Yes. Not at all. Look at fintech. You have no clue. You've been living under a rock. Arey Baba, but we are in 1982. That's what I'm explaining to you, right? You're constantly thinking of 92. If you were awake during the presentation, you're in 82. You have to see what happens in 92, right? You can't be in 92. How many people trade in the stock market here? How many people trade now? How many people call up their broker and tell him what to buy versus trade online? How many people trade online? Would people buy color television? Would people buy color television? Would people buy color television? Why? In 1981 they didn't know what color television was. Boss, the minute you give a device like a color television into your house, aka mobile phone into your hand, the amount of innovation that comes on top will be unprecedented. Everything is a function of user engagement.
I'm sorry, but excuse me. I'm really sorry, but we'll have to take this offline because we have so many other things to
Talking
do.
about whether the television remote control has 5 buttons or 4. Who cares? It's the goddamn TV that is in your room now. People will invent.
So I believe that you've really enjoyed this. You've got a hint of the huge opportunity, not round the corner. It's right in front of us. How many of us can jump and grab it, or we can just watch the change happening, as he says. I think he deserves a standing ovation, does he? So I will ask my teammate Hriday to hand over a memento to Alok and some lovely Bengal tea. Even though you are a coffee connoisseur, but you can try our Bengal tea. Thank you very much.